where we bring you the most interesting and informative stories of historical figures. Today, we will be taking a detailed and analytical look at the life of Catherine of Valois. Catherine was born in France on the 27th of October 1401, and her life was full of events that shaped the history of her time. Catherine was the daughter of King Charles VI of France and his wife, Isabeau of Bavaria. She was the youngest of 12 children, and her life was full of luxury and privileges. Despite being born into a royal family, Catherine's childhood was not easy. Her father suffered from mental illness, leaving her mother to rule in his place. This led to political instability and unrest in France. Her childhood was marked by the ongoing conflict between her father and the Duke of Burgundy, which eventually led to civil war in France. This conflict led to Catherine being separated from her mother when she was just 8 years old. Despite the turmoil in France, Catherine received a good education. She was fluent in French and English, and was also proficient in Latin and Italian. Catherine was well versed in literature, music, and art, and she had a passion for learning that continued throughout her life. At the age of 16, Catherine was married off to King Henry V of England as part of a peace treaty between France and England. This marriage was controversial as it was seen as a surrender by the French to the English. However, Catherine's marriage to Henry was short-lived as he died just 2 years later, leaving her a widow at the age of 18. After Henry's death, Catherine was left as the Dowager Queen and regent for her young son. She played an active role in politics and was known for her intelligence and diplomatic skills. However, she shocked the court when she secretly married her servant, Owen Tudor. This caused controversy and was seen as a scandal. Owen Tudor was a Welsh courtier and soldier who served in the English army during the 100 Years' War. Owen first met Catherine in 1428 when he was in her service as a member of the Queen's household. It is believed that they fell in love and secretly married sometime after the death of King Henry V. The relationship between Catherine and Owen was scandalous and unconventional for its time. Owen was a commoner, and it was unheard of for a queen to marry someone outside of the nobility. Their relationship was kept secret for many years, and it wasn't until after Catherine's death that it became widely known. Despite their unconventional relationship, Catherine and Owen had a strong bond. They had several children together, including Edmund and Jasper Tudor, who would go on to play important roles in English history. In 1437, Catherine died at the age of 36. The cause of her death is unknown, but it is believed that she may have died from childbirth complications or from an illness such as pneumonia. She was buried in Westminster Abbey in London, next to her husband Henry V. In conclusion, Catherine of Valois had a fascinating life full of twists and turns. Her marriage to King Henry V of England was brief, but it had a significant impact on history. The relationship between Catherine and Owen had a lasting impact on English history. Their descendants would go on to play important roles in the Wars of the Roses, which saw the House of Lancaster and the House of York fighting for the English throne. The story of Catherine of Valois is just one example of how women in history played pivotal roles.